Do you want to know what sets apart those who build wealth from those who stay broke their entire lives? Let me be clear. It's not luck, it's choice. If you feel like your money is always slipping through your fingers, it's because you're making the same mistakes millions of people make day after day. And the most frustrating part, you might not even realize it. So tell me, are you willing to keep sabotaging your future, or are you ready to make a change now? Because what I'm going to show you in this video can completely transform your relationship with money and set you on the right path to success. Stay until the end, because the last mistake is the one that cost me the most time and money in the beginning. And today, it's the secret to never being poor again. Ready? Let's dive in. Let me tell you a secret that no one talks about. Impulsiveness is the #1 enemy of wealth building. If you keep acting on impulse, buying things you don't need just for a momentary sense of happiness, you're sabotaging your own future. I know this because I've been there. In the early days of my journey, I spent money on everything in sight. Clothes, expensive dinners, gadgets I didn't even know how to use. And do you know what the result was? My bank account was always in the red. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you spend $100 a week on unnecessary purchases. Sounds like not much, right? But over the course of a year, that's more than $5,000. Money that could have been invested and working for you. Those who truly build wealth understand the power of delayed gratification. It's the ability to say no today for much more tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't allow yourself some pleasures, but they need to be planned and controlled. True financial freedom comes when you learn to delay instant pleasure in exchange for something much greater in the future. That was the biggest lesson of my life. Realizing that every time I resisted the urge to spend impulsively, I was investing in myself, in my future. So, next time you feel that irresistible urge to buy something, ask yourself, does this bring me closer or further away from the life I want? This simple act of reflection is the first step to making money work for you, instead of you working for it. Let me be blunt. If you don't know where your money is going, you'll never have control over it. This was one of the biggest mistakes I made at the start. I wanted to get rich, but I had no idea how much I was earning or spending. It's like trying to travel to an amazing destination without a map, GPS, or even knowing where you're headed. Most people are afraid of creating a budget because they think it will limit their freedom, but it's actually the opposite. A good budget gives you power, clarity, and allows you to make strategic decisions. When I started creating a realistic budget and setting clear financial goals, everything changed. Suddenly, I knew exactly where to cut expenses, where to invest, and most importantly, I knew how much money I needed to achieve my goals. Here's a tip. When creating your budget, divide your money into 3 parts: essentials, investments, and leisure. If you don't know what's coming in and going out, you'll never achieve financial freedom. And please, don't fall into the trap of setting multiple goals at once. Focus on one clear and specific goal at a time. For example, building an emergency fund before thinking about buying a new car. Setting goals isn't just about numbers, it's about creating a life plan. If you don't know how much money you need to achieve your dreams, how do you expect to get there? Think about this. Most people spend their whole lives chasing money without ever stopping to understand what they really want. Don't make this mistake. Create your budget today, and you'll see the power it has to transform your life. Here's a truth that few understand. Relying on a single income source is a recipe for disaster. I learned this the hard way. Early in my career, I only had one income stream, and when it dried up, I almost lost everything. That's when I realized that those who truly build wealth never put all their eggs in one basket. Think about the world's richest billionaires. They have multiple income streams. It's not just their salary or one business. It's investments, real estate, stocks, side businesses. I started small, creating a second income stream with something I did in my spare time. Over time, it grew and became a significant part of my wealth. You don't have to start big. It could be something simple like offering a service you're good at, creating a digital product, or even investing in something that generates passive income, like real estate investment trusts, REITs. The key is understanding that the more income streams you have, the less dependent you are on one source, And therefore, the more secure and prepared you'll be for any unexpected events. I'll be honest, building multiple income streams takes effort and often sacrifice. But if you're truly committed to changing your life and building wealth, you need to start thinking like the rich. Don't settle for just your paycheck. Use your time and skills to create other ways to make money. That's what separates those who achieve financial freedom from those who spend their lives struggling to pay bills. Diversifying your income streams isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Start today, even if it's small. That decision could be the difference between living paycheck to paycheck or building the wealth you've always dreamed of. Let me be completely honest. If you don't understand the psychology behind your financial decisions, you will never build true wealth. At the beginning of my journey, I thought the problem was simply a lack of money. But over time, I realized the real challenge was in the way I thought about money. Most people have an emotional relationship with money based on fear, guilt, and anxiety. And that holds them back. If you feel a tightness in your chest when you look at your account balance or avoid thinking about finances because it makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. I've been there too. But the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is the ability to overcome those fears and shift their mindset. Let me tell you something that changed my life. I started seeing money as a tool, not an end in itself. Money is an extension of your mindset. If you see money as something dirty or inaccessible, you'll never have it in abundance. When I shifted my mindset to view money as a form of freedom and opportunity, everything started falling into place. So here's my simple advice to you. Stop running from your financial fears. Face them head on and start working on your mindset. Reflect on what money represents to you and how your beliefs are shaping your decisions. And remember, you don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be willing to grow and challenge the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. True transformation starts in your mind. Build an abundance mindset, and money will start flowing toward you in ways you can't even imagine. Financial success isn't an event, it's a process. And that process comes down to one word: habits. When I started my journey, I had big dreams, but my daily habits didn't reflect those dreams. I wanted to be rich, but I spent money as if it were infinite. It wasn't until I understood the importance of building solid, consistent habits that things started to change. Let me be clear, you don't need to do something extraordinary every day. You just need to do the basics, but do them consistently. It's the habit of saving a portion of your income every month, investing regularly, avoiding unnecessary debt, and constantly seeking financial knowledge. These small daily actions over time compound and create a strong foundation for wealth. Here's something I still do to this day. Every month, as soon as I get paid, I invest a fixed percentage before I spend a single dollar on anything else. For me, that's rule number one. I treat investing like a bill I have to pay. That way, I never miss investing, no matter how my other expenses look. And guess what? That's exactly what allowed me to accumulate $1 million net worth before I even realized it. Many people think financial success is the result of big decisions, but in reality, it's the small daily habits that make all the difference. So if you want to achieve financial freedom, start today, right now. Create a habit, no matter how small, and stick to it. Consistency is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall behind. Remember, you are what you do repeatedly. If you adopt healthy financial habits, success will just be a matter of time. Let me share something with you that no one talks about. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. At first, I didn't believe it, but the truth is, the influence of your social circle can either take you to the top or keep you stuck in the same place. When I started focusing on building wealth, I realized many of my friends didn't share the same priorities. While I was thinking about investing and building a solid future, they were spending everything just to impress others. I'll be honest, I had to distance myself from some people. Not because I thought I was better, but because I knew that if I kept following that pattern, I'd never get where I wanted to go. Today, my circle consists of people who challenge me to grow and share the same vision. You need people who support you and understand your goals, even if it means disappointing a few along the way. Don't be afraid to set boundaries and say no to social spending that doesn't add value to your life. If you're surrounded by people who only want to spend and aren't thinking about the future, reassess those relationships. Building wealth is a tough road, but it's even harder when you're carrying the weight of others' expectations. Here's the big takeaway: there's never a perfect moment to start. The only moment that matters is now. Every mistake I mentioned today was an obstacle I faced myself. And if I could overcome them, so can you. Wealth isn't a distant destination. It starts with small daily decisions, the commitment to constantly improve, and the courage to act, even when the path seems difficult. You have everything you need within you to achieve your goals. I didn't become a billionaire by chance. I became a billionaire because I made decisions, learned from my mistakes, changed my mindset, and most importantly, persisted. And the same can happen for you. Now it's your turn. Build healthy habits, change your mindset, be disciplined, seek financial education, and most importantly, set your goals and do whatever it takes to achieve them. I promise, when you look back, you'll see that every step, every sacrifice, every mistake was an opportunity for growth. Are you ready to transform your life? Then start now. The future you want is within your reach. Don't wait for tomorrow to do what you can do today. Success begins with the first step. Take it now.